Hello Capricorn, this is Dawn Burgeons. Thank you for being here. We're going to go ahead and dive right in. Cards have been pre-shuffled. A decrease so spirit may increase with messages of affirmation, synchronicity, and enlightenment for the collective of Capricorn. What is the current energy of Capricorn at this moment? That was the star card. I don't take pop outs because it was just a clumsy, whatever, but that was the star card. In case anyone was interested. So we have the Emperor and we have the Hermit. We have Aries and Virgo. Okay, so straight away on the surface, So straight away on the surface, I'm getting that in a particular situation, there is someone who is leaving a union of some kind. Someone is leaving a situation with a particular individual. This Emperor energy, they're about, they're the provider, the leader. They can be a little rigid, but they're flexible, for those that they love, So this could be someone that's kind of branching off from a father figure of some kind. I feel like for some people, there's someone who does have like kind of a codependent relationship on their paternal parent. And then I'm also feeling like there's someone who is breaking away from a relationship with this Emperor energy. So let's go ahead and dive in a little deeper. Please clarify this Emperor energy and the Hermit for the collective of Capricorn. One more. Please clarify for the sign of Capricorn. Okay, so beneath this Emperor energy, we have the Seven of Swords, and then we also have the Five of Discs. So we have Aquarius and Taurus, and so there is definitely something going on within this dynamic. Someone is putting on, I'm not going to say a facade, but I feel like there's more than meets the eye with this particular individual. They're playing the part of, of the leader and the leader of the house, or just, it doesn't necessarily have to be a cohabitating situation, but they're making themselves appear to be this Emperor energy. But I'm feeling like, and judging by this sword, the Seven of Swords being right beneath it, I'm feeling like there is some level of trickery going on. I'm feeling like there is, they're putting on airs, they're putting on a posterior, and they're not what they claim to be, for the most part. I'm feeling like they're on the take also, because the Seven of Swords, it can kind of allude to a varying degree of things to different things. And because some people, you may trust them in certain ways but not in other ways. Like, you may have a mate, significant other, or friend, whatever the case may be, and you may say, okay, well, I trust them like with my life, you know what I mean, but I don't trust them to be faithful. Or I trust them to be faithful, but I don't trust them not going in the bank account to gamble our money away. Like, it's kind of like different levels and degrees of trust. And then some people just generalize it. Either I can trust you or I can't. But, it can be different degrees. But I'm feeling in this particular situation, especially with this being in proximity to this Five of Pentacles, I feel like someone is on the take. I feel like someone is a user. They're taking more from the situation than what they're putting in. I feel like they're with someone who may not have a lot, but they're doing okay, on their own, and they don't need an outsider coming in trying to take, what little they do have. This Five of Disc, it is, Five Pentacles. There's an eye in the middle, and there's like a lush, kind of a lush, very fruitful surrounding. So it's saying that, even though, even though it's not a lot, I'm still happy, and I don't want anyone coming in and compromising that happiness. For others, I'm feeling like this is someone like, so for some, I'm feeling like this is someone literally just kind of using and taking, could be resources or just time, because with Pentacles, we always, our mind generally goes to finances, but it really comprises, or is comprised of, our foundation. Earth is the foundation that we're standing upon. And so things like your time and your energy, and just or taking, or just making, sometimes it may be someone that's just making home life a very miserable situation because they're bringing in this bad energy. But either way, they're taking something from you. I feel like this Hermit energy is suggesting that you may have been in the dark for a while, but you're starting to see things a little more clearly, and you're really seeing the situation for what it is, and you want to remove yourself from this situation. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. And then this Five of Disc also, it's about feeling just abandoned, feeling like, you don't have the support, the support system you need from the people that you need it from. I mean, you may have, because I feel like there's always an out. We may not necessarily be aware of them. And this also, this Five of Disc, it represents us, sometimes feeling left out in the cold, but not being, but not fully expanding our minds enough to look for the light that's on for us, the opportunities or the assistance that we do have. Sometimes we're kind of oblivious to that because we're so focused on, I guess, the people who we felt like, should have been there for us but weren't, But I feel like Spirit is saying for some people, like, you do have, like if you feel like you have nowhere to go, you do, if you feel like you really don't know how to get out of this situation, there is a way, but it's just about, trying to figure out what's going to work best for your situation. But definitely we can't continue to let this person dictate our happiness, or or continue to get over on Capricorn like they've been doing. Can we clarify? Oh no, not clarify. What action does Capricorn need to take at this moment? Where should Capricorn's focus be? Thank you, Spirit. One more. Okay, so we have the Seven of Disc, and we have the Lovers. So we have Taurus and Gemini. And the seventh disc, of course, it's about feeling like you're not getting your just due. In this particular image, she's at the point of gestation. She's about to pop. She's cultivating the land around her, and she sees these green little sprouts that are they're pretty extensive. Like this one is going up this rake tool that she's using, and then there are little sprouts around her. They're very green. They look very healthy. But of course, she's out here in this blazing sun. She's pregnant. She's pretty aloof. Her shoes don't match. It's hard to see the reward in this. It's hard to see a light at the end of this tunnel, but there are little signs and inklings that are showing us that this is all going to pay off very soon. This card is about, again, being at the point of gestation, right before you pop, just like her belly, it's about to pop. All of this lush greenery in the back is going to make its way forward. Like all of Earth was a barren land, but someone got out there and started cultivating and worked hard, and now the rest is history. So it starts from just one moment and one moment of effort, but yes, but she's having a hard time seeing it. And there are little green, I don't know if you can see it in great detail, but there are little like imprints on these statue figures, like little green imprints. So it's like it's like I'm feeling like they're starting to, even like through stone, it's gonna start harvesting. It's gonna start reaping. She's gonna start reaping the rewards of her efforts. But again, yeah, it's really hard to see it, and she's just trying to stay strong. So it's saying that you have to that it's going to take some work to get beyond this. I'm feeling like, and it's weird because relationships can be tricky. I'm thinking that for some people, because there are extremes, and of course there is free will. So I'm thinking that maybe for some people this may not be as extreme as others, because I'm feeling like for some this is like some pretty, if you can't trust the person you're with, then that's pretty much, it's a deal breaker, right? Like what's the use of being with someone who you have to sleep with one eye open, or you just generally can't trust a word that they're saying to you. But I'm also, and for some people, this could be a situation of what a person is suspecting. Like some people may have the facts. Some people may be suspicious, So I guess we have to kind of ascertain, like, which part of the spectrum are you on? Like, do you know that your spouse is being manipulative or deceitful, or your mate, or your friend, or whomever? Or is it something that you're suspecting? Like, do you know it, or do you just believe it? Because if this is a matter of you suspecting something, then I'm going to say, yes, definitely time to communicate. Because this, for some people, this is how they're feeling, but it's not an actuality. But if this is something that is proven, then then yeah, it's time to make your exit. But again, like it's about putting in the work to really attain what it is you want. Like relationships are work. And the Lover's card, of course, it's about making a choice, and it's about accepting everything that comes with that. It's about weighing every aspect of each option that you have, and really taking it all in so you can make wise decisions. But once you've made that decision, it's kind of saying, okay, you have to take the good with the bad, or you don't have to, but if it's something that's worthwhile, then sometimes you have to take the good with the bad. So yeah, for some people, I'm getting that that you may want to communicate a little more, or really want to see what's really going on, and not take it at face value, because relationships can be work, and there are certain obstacles that come along and certain mental strongholds that the enemy or outside influences will try to force their way into. And you may have a good thing, but you're thinking the worst because of what someone else has put out there, or just your or maybe like low self-esteem or insecurity. I'm feeling like maybe there's someone who is literally with child, and maybe sometimes, when we're all over the place, and it's like our minds start playing tricks on us, and we start thinking the very worst. So if that's the case, definitely communicate and don't just jump ship or jump to conclusions. But for some people, yeah, it's about doing what you have to do, like making wise decisions and taking accountability for the decisions that we make. It's about and so if this is a situation where someone has really done a number on you, it's about, okay, let's take what we can get from this so we know what not to do next time. If this was something that we maybe jumped into, or maybe this person, again, put themselves in a certain light, but it turned out not to be the case. Next time we have to get to know this person a little bit better. We have to not only listen to the things they say, but we have to listen to the things they aren't saying. Not just what they're doing, but the things they aren't doing. We have to look at the entire picture. Can I get a couple of more clarifiers, please? For the Seven of Discs and the Lovers card. Please clarify the Seven of Discs and the Lovers for the collective of Capricorn. Okay. Okay, so we have the Five of Wands, and we have the World card. So we have Leo, and we have a little Earth as well. And the thing, and with this Five of Wands, of course, it's about things not being as serious as what we're making them out to be. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of validating kind of what I've mentioned for some people. I feel like there are some people that are in their head about this, and they're making kind of petty assumptions, or they're acting petty based off of assumptions without facts. And then for other people, I feel like this is something that they're actually dealing with, but I feel like I don't know that they're really fully decided. I feel like they are kind of downplaying it. So it kind of like so just opposed to like the first scenario, I feel like there are people who are kind of letting their imaginations kind of run away with them without properly communicating. And then I'm feeling like there are certain people that may be downplaying it a bit. But I feel like, again, there are others that are actually really, and it may not be a physical move or physical momentum, but they're really thinking a lot, and they're really introspecting and trying to get to the heart of the matter and see what's going on, and they're looking at it from a more higher vibration. But I'm feeling like for some of these people that are doing that, I feel like the one thing that they aren't doing is communicating with their mate. So it's like all of like you have to meet minds at some point, because if not, then you're pretty much just in your head about something that you're not even sure what the details are or what's even going on. So communication is key. But yeah, and this World card, so this World card is beneath the Lovers card, and so that's telling me that I mean, and it's weird because I mean, I'm feeling like this is something that for some people, it's a bump in the road. It's like, okay, you know, someone is going through, and that's the thing, because it's like this five of disc energy. Again, some people are feeling left out in the cold. Some people are feeling a sense of abandonment. But for some people, and now that we're kind of diving a little bit deeper, I'm feeling like this is something that it may not be the actuality of it, because just because we feel a certain way, again, like it may be a situation where, okay, there's someone who is more in the home, like maybe they work at home, or maybe they're the ones that has the more kind of like laid back lifestyle, and maybe their mate or partner is like, you know, a person that works a lot. Maybe they have a lot of like opposite sex, or if they're interested in same sex, like same sex workers that that work with them, that maybe is making you feel somewhat intimidated, or maybe like there is someone who like is on your significant other social media, and you're just kind of like, who is this person? Like, I don't really know. Like a lot of open-ended type stuff, you know. So yeah, I'm getting that for some people this needs to be addressed. And I'm feeling like with this Lovers card, I feel like I'm doing a 180, but I'm not, because there are like legitimately some people that are dealing with this on this lowest vibe. But I'm feeling like this Lovers card is just saying, okay, sometimes when when we're in relationships, there are just certain things that are going to present themselves, and you have to deal with them accordingly. So maybe this person, for a lot of people, it actually is an Emperor energy. There's someone who is like really holding it down, but this person they're with, they're in their minds a lot, they're in their head a lot, they're thinking, because of certain little things that have occurred, they're thinking the worst, they're jumping from A to Z. But they have to assess and fully assess the situation for what it is and communicate, because in relationships, the choices that we make, like in this Lovers card, there are things that come with that. Nothing, I don't care how great a relationship is, you're going to have challenges. So, because this World card is about, obviously, it's about fulfillment. It's about being in a state of just your destiny being achieved. Of course, the journey of the Fool, just having gone through all of those, just kind of navigating that terrain and meandering through life as is. You've come out in a place where you've attained everything that you want to. So I'm feeling that for some, for those that, again, communication is everything. This may turn out to be nothing. Like, this may literally turn out like they haven't left you out. Like it's just a miscommunication. But for those of you that are actually dealing with a wolf in sheep's clothing, just know that with or without this person, your destiny and your manifestations are going to come to fruition. The Seven of Disc energies, you are at the point of gestation where things will materialize one way or the other. But just, yeah. Can I get a couple of more cards? But yeah, but just stay in high vibration and don't allow the intrusive thoughts to overwhelm you or mess up a good thing. But if you are one of the people that are dealing with a trickster or a deceitful person or a dishonest person, and you know this for a fact, don't minimize it. Don't go back and forth. Don't renege or make it a revolving door. Just stick to your guns and make a choice to move on and find your happiness elsewhere. Can I get a couple more for the sign of Capricorn, please? So we have the Ace of Wands and we have the Magician. So yeah, this Ace of Wands, I feel like for some people, I feel like there's a new energy. Well, for a lot of people, I feel like there's going to be a new energy that's kind of afoot, but I feel like it's going to be in a different capacity depending on which side of the spectrum you're falling on. For some people, I'm feeling like this is just a blip, a bump in the road, and I feel like there is still passion there. There is still passion there, that your mate is still very much into you. I feel like this conversation just needs to happen, and y'all need to kind of get on the same page. And I feel like it's going to lead to like maybe things have been kind of stale. Maybe people have been working a lot. Maybe things have just been kind of tense. And so and in those types of situations, again, that's when those intrusive thoughts start. But I feel like a good communication and a good conversation can kind of light that spark. And I feel like for some of you guys that are saying, okay, well, this is what it is, you know, I've been lied to, I've been cheated on, like they're literally taking, they're always, you know, with their hand out, or they're just, you know, playing the field, and I have the evidence of this, like is irrefutable, then this is just spirit that just kind of co-signing your destiny, saying, okay, well, it's time for something new. And in that, you know, take this, the spirit of this Lover's card. Know next time, don't just look at the surface of a person. A person can say anything they want to say, and you'll be none the wiser. People always put on facades. They're going to put their best foot forward. Most times. Sometimes people really show us who they are, and we still decide to dive head first. But a lot of times, people that are a little more smart, it's like they'll play, you know, they'll play on your emotions. They'll again put on airs and that posterior, and then once you're comfortable and once things get going, it's like they start to show you these little signs that you didn't see before, and the layers just start peeling off like an onion, you know. So just get to know this person inside and out before jumping into the next thing, because this Magician is, of course, I mean, the Magician, she's a power, she or he or they are a very powerful manifester. So don't anchor yourself down to someone who brings down that energy. You need your energy in order to fully tap into this magician, you know, into this magician archetype. Like the Seven of this, she's totally oblivious, but she has this energy. Like this is, the ripples are definitely taking effect. Like they're starting to move outward, but it's just, again, like as far as relationship dynamics, you're gonna have to talk more. And as far as like periods of transition, when we're making the decision to leave, we can't kind of just hang in the balance and keep going back and forth. We have to make a definitive plan of action and stick to that. And if this is someone that's just kind of starting out on their own, like they're leaving the nest for the first time, because I'm feeling like this could be, again, like I mentioned at the very beginning, I haven't really touched on it anymore, but someone who's like leaving the nest, so to speak, or they're no longer like under the care of their parents, or and kind of like that comfort zone. Just, I feel like spirit through all of this is just saying to be mindful of certain types of people that you will cross on your journey, and to just, even when things feel tough and you feel like, okay, this is hard, you know, life is hard, just know that spirit is still working with you, you know. And it's about more, like there's something going on in this depiction that you can't even see happening, but it is happening, you know. So and that's how spirit is going to move for you, and to be mindful of your choices going forward, and that the world is yours. It's scaled to size in the palm of your hand. You just have to work towards that And again, stay high vibe. New opportunities, the resources, and the wherewithal in order to fully attain your blessings and your manifestations. So I'm going to just pull a few cards or a couple cards from the Sacred Creators Oracle. The first one we have, nourish the sacred feminine. And I'm just gonna, give me one moment. Nurture the sacred feminine. Let me see, just a second, bear with me. Oh wait, what am I, oh duh, hold on one second. Okay, so essential meaning. Yin, inner knowing and the unconscious mind, listening to intuition, showing unconditional love, and I repeat, listening to intuition. And we did say that. I mean, you know, you do have to follow your intuition, but just don't overreact to your, to it. Just make sure that you know that you're being intuitive and not just thinking the worst automatically. I feel like you should definitely listen to your intuition, but you still have to act in a way or kind of go about it in a way to make sure that you are fully in the know and aware of the situation at hand. Okay, so showing unconditional love, fertility and prophetic dreams, circadian cycles and phases of the moon, wisdom traditions, co-creation, nurturing, teaching, healing, using your emotions as a guide, facilitating new relationships. Okay, so yeah, so for some people, and then it goes on to say, okay, now is a time of deep introspection as you wait for an idea to grow and develop, like the seven of this. You've planted the seeds, and sometimes divine timing requires a period of rest as things culminate and ripen. The moon asks you to be open to receive, to reflect, to pause and collapse into waiting. She's the waning crescent that casts a moonlit glow over the landscape of your life. She has trickled light onto your path, but only very dimly, because she hopes that you will listen for the subtle signs and the wise whispers that are all around you. It's time to look directly into the shadows at any lingering wounds that may continue to affect your current understanding. Remember that in the dark, it's easy to blow fear and illusion out of proportion. Don't strain to see that which you cannot see right now. Instead, focus on your inner knowing and on what you can see. Allow your intuitive nudges and any persistent feelings to help you translate her gentle illuminations. You must trust yourself. Okay, so trust yourself, trust your intuition. If something is happening, or if you feel nudged or feel like something prodding you over and over again, you can't get it out your mind, like this Five of Wands, it's time to speak up. And then this says, fall in love with your own story. Real quick, fall in love with your own story. Our stories have power. They shape our understanding of who we are and what we can do. And when we get them right and totally love our own story, magic happens. The story that has the most hold on your life is the one that you tell yourself every day. It runs on autopilot, and it convinces you of your lucky or unlucky circumstances, your amazing or mediocre abilities, your strengths and weaknesses, and it assures you that money is easy to make or that you need to suffer and work hard before it can arrive. It includes a lot of shoulds, and it's a mega powerful And it's mega powerful because it informs your perception of reality while solidifying subconscious beliefs. As it's both a powerful gateway. Sorry about that. My daughter decided to call me right as I was closing up. But okay, so just to finish, um, as it's both a powerful gateway to the incredible and a powerful weaver of truthless shadows. So in other words, yeah, it can be kind of multifaceted and it can go from one extreme to the other. A powerful gateway to the incredible and a powerful weaver of truthless shadows. It's time to be mindful of the story you are telling yourself. If it needs a rewrite, edit its message to share the most beautiful parts of who you are. If you uncover something negative that's been playing on repeat, you've hit a massive opportunity to stop the loop. You have an incredible story. Dig around in your soul a little bit, and it will be staring back at you with a little something something that no other person on this planet can replicate. What does that story say you're great at? What does it say you need to work on? Are parts of it tired and old and horribly out of date? What needs a rewrite? So that was Fall in Love with Your Own Story. I'm still becoming acclimated to the Sacred Creators. I've had this deck for a while, but I haven't broken it in quite yet. So that was just a little enlightenment from that deck. I hope that you got something out of that. But that's what we have for Capricorn. This was my first Capricorn reading. As my channel grows, of course, so will my content. It will become a lot more cognizant. Again, like I've mentioned on my other videos, if we were, one-on-one, it would be different. But I'm kind of getting situated and acclimated to the whole recording aspect of this. I'm completely new to this type of energy, reading for a collective of people, of strangers, in fact. And then posting to YouTube, and I'm not even like a social media person, so that's all something that's going to have to come in time as this channel grows as well. But for now, this is what we have. I do look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you for being here. Dawn Burgeons Tarot. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.